What's up, y'all? So, Crystal and I just listened to Joe Biden's speech from last night that the people on the right are really melting down over. So, let me just put it in context for you real quick. I wake up this morning, I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I see all these, like, super hyperbolic things from the right.
Got me kind of excited, actually, that the speech might be really something.
Tim Pool said, Biden crossed a line. He tweeted, Biden crossed the line. There were other people who were saying, oh my God, he went full dictator. And even Brianna, whatever her name is from CNN.
Brianna Keeler?
Yeah, something like that. She was like, how dare he have the military behind him for this speech? That is, you know, whatever, crossing a line
The
or whatever the hell.
norms. Oh my God,
Yeah.
the guardrails.
And
How could he?
To be fair, the setup of the speech, Biden did look very Dark Brandon-y because he had two like red lights behind him, and I think that may have been on purpose. I think they might be leaning into the Dark Brandon thing a little bit, and so they did have the optics of that.
Yeah.
But Crystal and I just listened to the speech. So the thrust of the speech was, I would say it was twofold. Number one, it was talk about MAGA Republicans, distinguish them from, you know, standard Republicans, and say these MAGA Republicans are authoritarian, they're extremist, they, you know, want to overthrow elections, they're very, very bad. And then the other thrust of the speech is like standard Obama style, let me suck off America and say that America's wonderful, America's great, and we have a bright future, it's going to be amazing, and all that sort of stuff. I don't know why I just gave the Trump voice while I was just trying to find my name. But, so that was the gist of the speech. Here's the problem with the speech, in my opinion, then Crystal can give you her take on it. He didn't give examples when he was talking about the MAGA Republicans and like they're really dangerous, they're really authoritarian, and there were a lot of examples to give. I mean, Sarah Palin just lost her election in Alaska, and she's crying that the thing was stolen from her and that it was a rigged election. And it's like, no, there was just ranked choice voting, and this was the outcome of the election, and it was totally fair, you prick. And, you know, he could have brought that up, like you referenced, Crystal. He could have brought up, there's this random grandma poll worker in Cleveland who was threatened by email and, you know.
Or like the Capitol police officers who were
assaulted,
you know,
right.
assaulted,
All
bludgeoned, and still dealing with that trauma. Like, there was no emotional connect. It was just from the beginning, like, hammering home the point over and over and over again.
And the point is true. The point is accurate. Yeah. But if you're not going to give the hardcore examples, and you could have listed like 10 examples, there's so many examples. We talk about this shit every day. We know that what he's saying is true. But if you're not going to build the case, then you just have to expect people to like really buy into your platitudes and your vague statements. And it's like,
you're not winning anybody over,
man.
Well, and not only that, it's not just that. It's and so, you know, for Biden, I thought the delivery was fine. So this was really an issue with the sort of construction of the speech. A powerful speech weaves a narrative, makes people feel something, and then using that emotion drives home the point. This didn't have that sort of like emotional resonance. It was just from the beginning, like, again, the point is not wrong, but MAGA Republicans are bad, MAGA Republicans are extreme, and they're a threat to democracy, true. But you have to bring that down to tell a human level story for it to really connect, win people over, and buy even people who are inclined to agree with you, like sort of buy them emotionally into the narrative. So it's not just like, yeah, I agree, but like, oh my gosh, you're right, and we've got to do something about this. So in my opinion, I mean, it's not just my opinion, like they didn't do that. They didn't approach the speech that way. There was no human connection to it. It was just all sort of the top level talking points about, you know, the threat of the Republicans, which is legit. But if your point is to try to bring the American people along with you and raise this as, you know, to a level of concern that they're feeling about, say, the economy and abortion right now, I don't think it succeeded.
And let me say this. So Trump just came out and said, I'm going to pardon all the January 6th people if I get elected, and I'm going to apologize to them. He also just tweeted that we should have a redo of the election or just put me back in as president. These are two super clear examples of this dude, like, flat out calling for authoritarianism, calling for a dictatorship.
Well, and again, what you could do is start by telling the story of those Capitol police officers and the way that they were attacked, and like creating an emotional connect there, and then bring in that piece of, and this guy wants to not only pardon the January 6th rioters, but he wants to apologize to them. He thinks they're the ones ones that deserve the apology.
The fact that he didn't bring it up is like negligence. It's like criminal negligence. How do you not bring that up in this speech? Because not everybody follows the news. Not everybody knows what's going on over on Truth Social. If people don't know that, it's on you to bring that up. And by the way, that would instantly prove your case. But you didn't give any evidence to prove your case. So anyway, that's the gist of the speech. I find the right-wing meltdown absolutely hilarious. Because it's like, did we watch the same speech? This dude is giving some vague-ass platitudes and saying, like, yeah, it's bad to want to overthrow elections. And these people are like, oh, my God.
How dare you?
You've gone too far, sir. So anyway, these people are insane.
And these are also the same people who laughed so hard about libs, like, melting down over the norms and guardrails during Trump's presidency.
Right,
and now they're, like, clutching their pearls harder than anyone ever did.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, there's the breakdown. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.